So 129 actually started years ago, back when I was in high school, at least the idea of it did. When God opened my eyes to His heart for the world and to the nations and the spread of the gospel all around the world. Even though I wasn't serving on the mission field overseas, I considered myself to still be on the mission field even here in the States as I was leading worship as a worship pastor. And part of my goal and vision in that is simply to point people to Jesus and who He is and what He's done. And one of the greatest examples I can think of in the New Testament of a worship leader is John the Baptist. And he says in John chapter 1, "Behold the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world." And I was like, that's it. That is my job. I want people to see and behold Jesus, who He is and what He's done. And so that's where this whole idea for 129 came from. It's John 129. So a few years ago, I actually started to get invited to lead worship for missionaries serving on the field. And I loved it because it was both of these worlds coming together in such a cool way, leading worship and being involved in missions. And I realized this whole idea of pointing people to who Jesus is and what He's done applied to both. And John Piper puts it this way: missions exists because worship doesn't. Meaning we are sent on mission to show and point people to who Christ is and what He's done. We are sent to share that to the people who aren't currently responding to His goodness and His grace. Our vision is to see the gospel of Jesus spread, flourish, and thrive in primarily unreached parts of the world. We do this by partnering with missionaries in their local context to provide care and resources to fuel their unique mission. We want to make sure that those that have been sent have everything they need to stay sent. So that's the whole heartbeat of 129 and kind of where it came from. We want to be involved in 3 different areas: worship, missions, and local leadership development, all under the banner of pointing people to who Christ is and what He's done.
Hello, we are the Bees. We lived on the field overseas for roughly 6 years, and we just wanted to convey a few of the things that we saw from our perspective on how crucial and important, valuable it was for someone like Craig and Stephanie to come to us, to the field, and just love us and serve us.
It was just so sweet to be able to sit there amongst other believers and worship together openly and with someone so talented.
Week in and week out, we don't get to have worship like that.
Right.
And we bounce around because of security to different people's homes, and Craig and Stephanie came to us and just led worship. And it was like, oh, it was awesome. And the thing is, they have no idea, I think, how much it really impacted us, yeah.
One of the things that we get to do while serving missionaries is specifically work with missionary kids. Growing up as a missionary kid, I'm aware of the unique challenges that come with being raised in a different culture and expectation from the people around me. So an opportunity to come together with other missionaries is so valuable, not only because we can gather and worship and be reminded of our need for Jesus together, but along with that, we have the opportunity to walk with them through these unique challenges. 50% of career missionaries leave the mission field before 5 years, but they are most effective after 8 years. So we want to stand in that gap. So this idea of going to missionaries, serving them, investing in them, and being curious about the work that they're called to holds so much value.
So as believers and as followers of Christ, we are called and commanded in the Great Commission in Matthew 28 to go and make disciples of all nations. And in Romans 10 it says this: "How then can they call on Him in whom they have not believed? And how are they to believe in Him of whom they have never heard? And how are they going to hear without someone preaching? And how are they going to preach unless they are sent?" We want to make sure the sent stay sent, and that is an active, ongoing journey. And so you can help by praying for us, by giving to our ministry financially, or serving alongside us. And you can learn more about us at one29ministries.com.